everyone, and welcome back to the Scottish Disney Cars Collector YouTube channel. And today we are going to be doing our first case unboxing. Kind of, not really. So the box that you see in front of you is Case W. Hence why I've got the Case W highlights sitting out, apart from Ryan Shields, who I forgot about, to be completely honest, but it's just Ryan Shields, who gives a shit, who is already peg warming and is going to peg warm more because there's two of them in Case Z, which is fucking ridiculous. But I thought the thing is with this is the thing, I've lost my words, sorry. Bit tired, it's been a long day. I'm actually recording this at night. It is, Alexa, what's the time?
It's 10:56 p.m.
Yeah, there you go. You heard it. Stop. There we go. There you go. It's 10:56. So it was very late at night, but basically I've got the free time to record this, so I'm doing it now. Kind of need this as a stress reliever because today's not been the best for me, and that's just a whole lot of personal reasons and stuff, which I'm not going to go over because that's not what this channel's for. But I thought this kind of unboxing, not really. Now, there is Case W stuff in here, but basically Smiths, if you don't know, every year do a 3 for 2 deal in the UK where you can buy 3 Disney cars, you're paying for 2, you get 1 for free. So because this deal's back on, because Case W's came out, I've been taking advantage of this deal of basically getting stuff for free in a sense to either then sell on, keep on card, or whatever I want really. So as you know, I found all 3 Case W highlights. You can see a carded red is literally peeking there. Not going to go over that or the ones behind. There's also Sergeant Jackson because they're all in this case anyway. So I've bought extras to sell. The ones up at the back are my own ones to open eventually. The ones sitting on the table are my partners. I've got more on the way from Case W. There was a listing that I won that I don't really need anymore, so all that stuff will be getting sold as well. But we're just going to have a bit of fun and kind of make it like a case unboxing, but also not really. You know, not try to rip off Docket here in any sense of the word. It's just, I think this is a good way of showing all the carded stuff that I have to go over, because the Giga-Haul I just recorded yesterday, I would not have had the time to include all this. I'll say that right now. So to me, it's a good way of breaking stuff up. You watch a Giga-Haul of parcels, and this is kind of a Giga-Haul, but not really, because you see the way I'm presenting it. But yeah, so that's my sort of thought process and idea with it. So yeah, we've got the Case W highlights sitting out because that's what mostly is in this box. And we've also got this little Stanley stand, which my partner picked up at a market today. It was £3. And she, you know, realised if she gets a deluxe big red, she'll want the Stanley to go with him, because I don't think she's really interested in the 2-pack with that downscaled red, of which I've just ordered one, by the way, because I want to compare. This case has been kind of ravished, unfortunately. I do have a mint Case W box, however, that's got other stuff stored, and this was just easier to use. Yeah, employee just fucking ripped this open. That was a whole other story of what an absolute faff. If you will see in my hunt video, whatever that footage ends up being, and of how much a nightmare that actually was. But yeah, it was not pleasant to say the least. I'm going to prop this up a bit so we can see stuff at the top, but I've also kind of not, the way this has been laid out was not intentional, but literally all the good stuff is at the bottom. So we'll do a docket and we'll save the best for last. Yeah, this is not really a real Case W, is it? But I think it's just a fun way to go for, you know, to show off all the cars that I've basically bought to sell, keep, whatever. So yeah. Anyway, let's crack on with it. There are some Hot Wheels at the top here that I'm just going to quickly skim through. So we've got this 20 Dodge Charger Hellcat. I just liked it because it was in pink, really. Not much more to be said. This 69 Dodge Coronet Super B, which looks really nice with that yellow and black. This Alfa Romeo Giulia TI Super. I do like my red cars, so I'll get anyone I find. And new for 2025. Another one that was new for 2025 is this Puget 9X8 Hypercar / Hyper Voyager. And last but not least, oh no, we've got 2 more, sorry. 95 Mazda RX-7 Drift the Rapper. Again, looks really cool, that. And last but not least, Jaguar Mark 1, which they did release last year. It was like in like a silver, so it's nice to get that in a different colour, this sort of grey blue. But basically, Poundland currently have a 3 for 2. No, not a 3 for 2. No. 2 for £3 Hot Wheels deal, and they're no, is it 2 for 3? Yeah, it's 2 for 3, and they're normally like 150 each. So again, just took advantage of the deal and decided to buy a few. Or is it 2 for? I can't remember the deal. Basically, you're getting them on the cheap, and they do get in most of the new cases of the year, so it's a really good advantage. I wish I found some Ferrari stuff in there, which I've not found since that first time. Like, I've got all the new Ferrari stuff, maybe apart from one, I can't remember. And the first time I found it was on Plentiful. They must have just put it out, and I've not seen any since then. And I've seen that case contents elsewhere, so I knew, like Race and Rescue, the Ferrari stuff is that for Hot Wheels collectors at the moment. You know, just really hard to find. Anyway, let's crack on. Now, I know I said best for last, but just got a Radley Race Jackson Storm up here, which was on perfect card, and I've kind of creased it by putting it in here. Purely ended up with this because I was basically gonna, well, get a Sarge in red for 50 quid. I'm not kidding, this is how desperate I was, and the eBay prices were willing to pay. Then I realised I just could not fathom the fact I was going to pay 50 quid for 2 cars. So I said to the seller, you just keep the red and just send me the Jackson, because this was only $12.50 because he accepted an offer. So yeah, and then I found all of them in Smiths and that, so it didn't really matter in the end, so this is just going to get sold on. But yeah, he does look nice in packaging. It's nice seeing this design on a flash actually, but still not really big on this guy's design. I've just realised I should prop the camera down maybe a little. Maybe just a little. Hold on. Let's get that sorted. Yeah, that should do. Yeah, just I'm not a big fan of this design. He's my least favourite of the three, but you know, but nice to make some money. Of which, by the way, I just want to stress, all the Race and Rescue cars that you've seen here are getting sold on, and I am not selling these on for stupid prices like £15-20 fucking region, 30 quid for red. I'm selling these on for £10 each. Red I might charge a bit more just because of that value of him, but red, Sarge, Jackson Mayer, they're all going for like £15 to £20 on their own sometimes at the moment. So I'm buying up some to basically sell on and just make a quick cash. Plus, it was a good deal to take advantage of and get some extras and, you know, just make a bit of money, because I'm trying to make money for a Comic-Con that I'm going to this month, and as you will know, Comic-Cons are very expensive, so it's a good money maker to me. It is a business. So Winford, Bradford, Rutherford, you're probably like, why have you picked this really cool nostalgic car that's peg warmer at the moment up? Well, to me, this was a good way of getting some cars, because we got a Billy oil changer here. These are nothing exciting at all, and there are more of these in the last case of the year. But to me, this was a really good way of doing a 3 for 2 deal on some crap cars. I say crap cars I don't care about. So I have just ordered a Piston Cup 500 track set for a really good price, and I want to do this review properly. I don't want to use colour changers. I don't want to use die casts that I've already got that are my own that I don't want to get chipped. So I've basically bought up some extra Piston Cup racers that you will see run on that track, because I don't want to use, yes, colour changers are going to work better, but I want to use actual die casts and get them chipped up, like, you know, just like the good old days, basically. Like, I don't like using colour changers in these reviews or on these sets, because that's not the cars that go with it. The cars that should go with it are the Piston Cup racers. So when I review the Mac Track Challenge, which I still need to do, I will be using these for crash dummies, 100%. So that's why I purely bought them, it was crash dummies. So basically, 3 for 2 for me. Okay, 3 for 2. These two, this one for free, and I picked up the one with the sign rather than just getting the standard one, because you get that bonus accessory. It's alright releasing these two, like, in the same year. Maybe not in the same case though, like case Z. All 3 of these cars are in case Z, and the regular one of this. That's kind of stupid, because people who find this are just going to get the one with the accessory, not because it's the same thing as the other one. I don't get why they still produce this car in the same way they do. Plus, the sign's not even accurate. It's completely wrong. Yeah, I just don't understand it. So basically, to me, it was like, get 2 cars, a Lightning McQueen for free, with a plastic accessory, which I will gladly take, and this guy is a crash dummy to get chipped up. So yeah, that was my pure reason behind that. But you know, this 3 for 2 deal is a good way of getting some extras for customs or whatever, you know, for collectors out there. You know, it's a good deal. It's even better though when you find the new race and rescue stuff and get it for the cheap. Another crash dummy, Dave Alternators. My partner picked this up for me. I asked her to grab it. I need to pay her back for it, but again, purely just a crash dummy. That is all this guy is for. Nothing else. I'm moving on. Because, I love Dave Alternators as a design, I'll say that, but fucking hell, man. Again, it's such a shame how this guy's pegworm, because he's such a fucking cool design. He's one of my favourite Piston Cup racers in all honesty. I love, I should say Davey Apex, not Dave Alternators. They changed the name. Next up, we've got 2 cam spinners. Yeah, and there'll be 2 more of this guy in case Y, I think. Yeah, case Y. Just to sell on, really. Because even though he's probably going to pegworm a little, I've noticed he's still quite a popular car release this year. I've not seen too many of this guy hanging around. I think it's just because it's a different next gen, it's out of the pegs, but also it is the triple dent gum version. So even for people who collect maybe Pixar merchandise and not just solely Disney cars, this is a cool Easter egg they're going to want. So this guy's selling well from what I've seen, which is good. But there's a fear he might pegworm with being 2 in case Y. But anyway. But yeah. Nothing exciting to me this release when he came out on this card, of which I'm just selling that. I already had him from the 11 pack they done last year of like Sterling, Natalie Certain, and George Newman and that. Yeah, I would love to make a race damage cam spinner at some point. But yeah, and there's your other one. So again, just to sell on, but I might keep one for the race damage custom because he's one of the cars that gets fucking proper beaten up and he doesn't continue the race in Cars 3. So, we'll go to the bottom here for a moment. We've got kind of a KSU one hiding here because you may notice some KSX stuff on the bottom because we're about to get to the proper KSW highlights. Master L's wrench. Again, a car I've not struggled to find in the slightest. I thought she was going to become really rare because, you know, new Piston Cup crew chief and whatever. However, she's been very easy to find. I don't know if it's just because B&M are getting these in, but like Swift's, yeah, she was super rare. I only ever found one in there, but B&M, they're just getting Keisha and like bam, bam, bam. So in the UK, I don't think Marshall's wrench is really that rare. This one is already up on my Vinted page. For £6, so anyone who wants that, go and grab it if you wish. Just thought I'd sell it a bit on the cheap because I paid my partner paid £4 for it, so you know, it's like, she's not as a rare car now. I sold one for like £9-10 a month ago, so yeah, I think her rarity status has gone down. This card art, despite how god awful and fucking garbage it is, this version of the card will become rare because obviously if you don't know, they are correcting the artwork for the case Y release, which is really nice. I've already got this version to keep on card because I want both artworks sealed. But yeah, Marsha L's wrench, really nice release. Probably still my favourite of the year. She's got competition with Race and Rescue Red and Eugene Carburescu as well, to be fair. But yeah, do really like this car. I like it much more than Mandy Bender. Yeah. Again, that is just to sell on. Okay. Our cardboard piece. Not going to go over like that the way Docket does. You know that joke. Anyway. 3 for 2 sign from Smiths. Yeah, I took one. Because I wanted it. Plus, this was yesterday. The deal finishes on Tuesday. It's Sunday night. I'm recording this. They had 2 of these up in the aisle and I was just like, they're not going to need... Like, if this was maybe when the deal started, I probably would have been more like, I probably wouldn't have bothered taking the sign, but I was like, it's got a few days. You don't need 2 signs. You only need the one. You're going to take them down. They've got a poster that says which I would love to take, but I know it's not going to happen. So I was like, yeah, I'll take the sign. Anyway, yeah, just a cool piece for the collection, really. 3 for 2 on Disney cars, diecast, Smiths. I swear every year they use Sally... Rusty's Lightning McQueen and Jackson, and always on that weird 2021 desert packaging. But you know, recognisable characters. So fair enough. I've got Smith's Toys Superstores logo on the corner there. Yeah, nothing too crazy there. Right, let's get into the KSW goodies. We'll just skip through. Jackson, another one to sell on. Yeah. Surprisingly, I've not sold any of these Race and Rescue cars on Vintage yet. I've had a lot of likes, a lot of questions, and a lot of people asking me, can I just have red, please? Of which I've had to say no, and because I have a KSW bundle listing up of Jackson, Sarge, Red, Mater, and Ryan for £50, which I think is a good price. Because bear in mind, how much have I spent on those cars in the end? To get all 5. 35. I want to make some profit here. Based on charging like an extra £3 per car. But I've declined that. However, I've got another red on another way. I've told people this, so if they want it, they can have it. But yeah, loads of requests for red as I expected. He is just the one that everyone wants right now. But yeah, just 2 Jacksons. These are purely just to sell on and nothing else. Bit more of an exciting one. Race and Rescue Sarge, who has really grew on me the more times went on. I was really not a big fan of this guy when he first got revealed. I think it was that roof decal that was putting me off like a lot of people. However, I have to say, in person, I honestly don't mind it. I think it's cute, to be honest. But I like it a lot, this release. I'm curious to know, because they edited the classic artwork. I'm like getting closer on this. Did they change the side to... Oh, they did change the side to rescue. Fucking hell, I wouldn't have expected them to do that. Oh, well done. No, because I thought they would just left his own number and all honesty, because it's such a small part of the print. But no, they did change that. Anyway, yeah, and I do like that about that simple little rescue text. It's really cool. But yeah, I really like this guy. He has been hard to find, I'll say that. I think it's just because it's Sarge. And it makes sense for him to be in this line with the little med pack and the... I love the fire hydrant. He's also a reuse of pick, remember Sarge, but I honestly don't care. I think it's a good reuse of that. I've seen he's been more rare than Jackson. I'll say that certainly. Yeah. Honestly, the roof decal doesn't really bother me. Like, yeah, it does look a bit clunky, but I think it's kind of cool. But yeah. No, I like Trinity a lot. Red's my favourite of the 3, but I think Sarge is... He might become one of my favourites this line, actually. But yeah, there's 2 Sarges. Again, they're just to sell on. Right. What do we have next? Let's touch upon them. Why not? Let's just get it over and out of the way. Red, of which, again, I'm selling this for a tenner. I am not selling it for silly money. Technically, as a tenner because it's in a bundle for the cars for 50. Yeah, this car at the moment has just been such a bastard to find. I was so close to getting 2 yesterday. So close, because basically you're probably like, why has this case been torn open like that and not use a craft knife? Well, if you don't know, Smiths have a click and collect, and basically I checked their website and it said KSW was in stock and one red was in stock, and I was like, great, but I'll head down straight away then, more or less, and just get what I can of KSW stuff and I'll be on my way. To which I find they had Case X, because you can see Eugene and a few other ones floating around at the bottom, so I've missed out on Race and Rescue Luigi Guido and Rally Race Cruise. But basically, what happened was the person who does the click and collect came down the aisle, right? And I was there for probably about 5 minutes by that point, but she was looking for the pegs quite vigorously, and because of how stocked it is, and I could tell she just could not be arsed. I was like, I know what the fuck you're looking for. I know what she's looking for. It's red, isn't it? It's going to be red. And she had a little click and collect screen, of which I was trying to have my best to have a peek at. So she got someone to come over. I can't remember if it was a manager or not. No, it wasn't a manager. It was like just a regular employee, I guess. So she got another employee to come to the aisle. I'm saying all this like lying back on the couch right now because I don't have to put my hands on the screen and move this red about. But the employee came down the aisle and she said, "Oh, have you seen this? I'm looking for this." And I briefly saw her click and collect screen. I was like, "Fuck, it's red." And she was like, "Oh, it's this wee fire truck." And he said, "Oh, I think there was one on the shelves earlier, but it's sold," which of course it had because this release has just been so fucking popular. And lo and behold, before you know it, the boxes high above that I obviously already spotted and a lot of people miss. It does amaze me how there's people out there who just don't know these boxes are sitting up high above and they could just easily get the cars there and then and go. Because the employees will bring them down for you if you just ask. Like, I've had plenty of lovely experiences in there where, like, you after the cars, I'm like, yep, this guy who actually brought this case down has helped me look through, has let me look through cases before. So they're all for it. I mean, it's just a sale to them at the end of the day, but, you know, they will bring these boxes down. So he went up and I could see there was 2 case W's and I was like, fuck. And he tore open this box vigorously without a craft knife because they weren't meant to be put out on the shelf yet. And yeah, he handed her a red. To which at that point I was like, fuck. So, because I was already going to ask him to bring down the cases anyway, I basically went back to him and I was like, can I have a look in that box, please? And he went, sure. And I said, oh, is there more up there? And he went, oh, yeah, they are, but they're all the same ones on the pegs. Right, okay. So he was about to come down his little ladder and I said, I'm after the fire truck as well. Of which I think he did realise there's only one per case. So he got the other box, he ripped that open even worser. Because, by the way, of the 2 boxes, I took the less damaged one, even though it's still got like a big tooth mark where you can see the die-cast red over there. He tore open that box, and what did he hand me? A fucking meter. Of which, at that point, I was just getting really impatient with him, and I went, can you just hand me the... I didn't snap, but I just said in my voice quite bluntly, like, can you please just hand me the box? Because I know what I'm looking for. And he handed me it. He took the meter... seemed like he was going to put them on the pegs, and then he just gave it back to me. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Anyway, it was just a faff. It really was. And I knew that I was going to be leaving with 1 red, unfortunately. Because I would like to get this guy to keep on card. I really would. Yeah. It's incredibly annoying, but oh well, what can you do? At least I got the one, though. If I had gotten to those cases before, right, because this is the thing, I know what's happened. It says 1 red is in stock, right? Someone out nearby this area has clearly seen that said 1 in stock and they've done click and collect, which is fine, that's a smart move. I never do click and collect because you have to collect it at least in 2 days from the order, and also, I don't know if I'm going to be free that day. And they always put fucking stickers on them, like the big price stickers, and that just really pisses me off. That happened when I flipped over and George one, but by that point I had no other choice to go and click and collect them, so it was fine. I wasn't keeping them on card anyway, but for card and stuff, I would never do it. So I don't think I would have been able to have bought that other red anyway, because it would have been logged out the system, because someone's paid for it online, so yeah. But still got the one. Anyway, that was a long tangent there. But yeah, Racing Rescue Red. He's cool, but it's such a big blister, this. I just wish the bat was die-cast, and I probably would have liked him more. But yeah, he's certainly not worth all the pain and effort that people are going for. I will say that. But I think it's just exciting because it's Red's first time as a single, so people are going to be eating that shit up. Right. Still quite a popular release, even though there was we got plenty of case V. He's back in case W. I think he's in case Y, I could be wrong, and he's in case Z. So this guy, but this is the thing, even though he's going to be in a few cases, he's still really popular. He was the rare case V release. Obviously, there's only 1 per case, and there's 1 in this case as well. But like, honestly, if you're looking to make like some money, buy up a few and sell them, because like people are still buying this. I've had offers for this on Vinted, and people are like, oh, I can have this and that. I'm like, bloody, it's just Red and Mater that people want. No one else is like, fucking hell. That goes to show you how popular this is as a release. Even more than Jackson and Sarge. And quite rightly so. This is my favourite Race and Rescue release that we have so far and probably will remain. So I think this is fucking beautiful. Honestly, I think one of the best cars or variations of a character we've had in a very long time. Really love this release. Quite rightly so for being popular. Absolutely. Because I would have adored this as a kid. I still love it now, but like I would be like, oh my god, holy shit. Oh, nearly knocked the camera. But yeah, got to. Again, just to settle on. You should probably notice most of the stuff in this box has not been for me, apart from the Hot Wheels, really. So, yeah. There is one in here. I was trying to remember if there was or not, but I picked up another Ryan Shields just to sell, even though I think I'm kind of regretting that decision now, because I believe there's one in Case Y, if I remember correctly, and there's two in Case Z, which just... No, there's one in Case X, yeah. Along with Eugene. So was this a Case X? No, I bought this in the Case W a lot. And I found 5 yesterday because they've got an in Case W and X back to back. So, yep, and there's 2 in the last case of the year, so he's going to pick one. I'm already getting sick of finding this guy. I like the card art. It looks good, but it's a horrible tile environment in my opinion. I still need to review it. I've just put that review off because I don't really think it's important enough, to be honest, but I will do it. But yeah. Really don't like how that turquoise blue just does not match what you're seeing on the car. Yeah. And I kind of regret picking this up now because I don't know if I'll struggle to sell this. I hope not. But yeah. Really, that's why I've stuck them in a bundle with other Race and Rescue cars. It's just like, please take this. I don't want it. It was just to make a bit of money because it was technically free in a 3 for 2 deal. So yeah, it depends on how you look at it. Yeah. Not a fan of this guy at all. Again, just to sell. And saving the best for last, we have Case X goodies, of which I've already sold. Here we have a drift party meter with some tape. Oh, what the fuck is that? Ooh. Bastard, I'm fucking annoyed I've sold this. What the hell was that? Did you see that? That little bit of weird plastic in there. Huh, what the fuck is that? Interesting. I have no idea what that is. I've only just noticed that. Huh. I'm annoyed this is now sold because this is kind of an error. It's a bit of tape or something inside. An error's an error at the end of the day. Fuck. Though, I don't think I'd seen... It's probably like floated around. And probably propped up in it. I don't know. Oh, that is strange, guys. I might have one spare that I can give to the person then. And keep this. I've got 7 days to send off the parcel. Maybe I can try and find another one during the week. But, yeah. Kind of want to keep this error now. That is interesting. But yeah, this is already sold. £10. Yeah. Because I just listed it as Tokyo Meter, which most people still think it is. It's not. It's Drift Party Meter. Tokyo Meter only came out once in a free pack. It's amazing how popular that car is, and it was only fucking released once. Yeah. Getting to the last 2 here, we have a High Impact. Don't know if I'm going to sell this or keep it on card. I don't know if it's the variant. Well, I tried to find it. I don't think it is. I don't know. But yeah, just cool to find it. High Impact, again. Really popular release this year, and she will be back in the last case of the year, which to me is fantastic. Even though that'll be 3 cases in total she's been in this year, this car keeps selling. I've not seen too many of High Impact. I think this is the... Hold on. Think back. I think this is the only... Yeah, this is the second one I found in a store. The first one I found in Smith's. She is not hanging around, guys. Trust me, if you want this car, grab it. Just don't wait out, because I get the feeling High Impact is going to go back to that rare status by next year. Like, I could see her easily becoming, like, probably Eugene Carbureski in terms of sought afterness, because, well, Eugene probably has more of a higher chance being released next year because it's the 20th anniversary. High Impact, probably not so much, because she's a Cars 3 character, Eugene's from Cars 1, so, yeah. But this release has been surprisingly more popular than Marsha L's Wrench, which really has surprised me. And I think that just goes to show, Marsh is a new character, right? The only new movie character we have this year. Yet Race and Rescue has sold better, and a Thailand variant of a car that was very popular and still is popular has become more rare. And I think that just goes to show how rare High Impact is as a diecast. Because before this Thailand variant, she was in the top 10 most expensive Cars 3 diecasts, like Fair Game, Mr. Drippy. I don't know any more that I could list that are really rare. Oh, Steve Slick LePage, that's another one that's stupidly rare. One we still need is a Thailand variant. But, like, she is not hanging about. So if you want this car, get it. Because I feel like she might go back to that rare status next year. And last but not least, we have the brand new Thailand variant of Eugene Garbareski. I've already reviewed this on the channel, so go and check that out if you want to. I've been one of the first people to review this car. I think third or fourth possibly. But yeah, it's quite weird to get a car that's exciting in a store that you already have, because I bought this guy early, as you guys know. Yeah, review is up. I basically paid an extra £7 to do that review early for you, so yeah, so I don't really need this. I do want one to keep on card, but he's back in case Z as well, so I'll probably just get that later on in the year. Like, that last case will be a good time to just get the 2 new Race and Rescue releases off, but stuff on card to play catch up. Basically, that's what I'm going to do with it. So this is already sold. Again, £10, because I knew it would go for that price. Because he still is one of the most sought after and rarest Piston Cup racers, I'll say that. But yeah, really cool to have this guy. Anyway, that is your lot, everyone. That is my unboxing, quotation marks, of Case W, Case X, whatever the hell you want to call it. What was your favourite in this video? I'm doing what Docket does, basically, but you know, you got the Case W highlights up at the back. You've got High Impact, Drift Party Mater, and these are all really good re-releases in my opinion. You got Eugene Garbareski. Got some, you know, Race and Rescue Mater fans out there as well. Let me know, guys. Yeah, I didn't know what more to say. This video was just an excuse to get through cars that basically I have sold, because this Mater and that Eugene will be getting wrapped up tomorrow because they've already been purchased. So yeah, this was basically an excuse just to show cars before I have to send them off. Stuff I've bought, because it's still creating channel content at the end of the day. So, you know. Anyway, that was my unboxing of, quotation marks, Case W, Case X. Hopefully I can get the reviews up for Rally Race Crews and Luigi and Guido soon if I can find them. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all soon. Goodbye.